The girl's face was slightly pink as she ran from tree to tree, taking in the sight of the forest. It was so extraordinary. The flowers that seemed to blossom as soon as she turned an eye to them were bright and vivid. The trees were strong, fertile, rich, and the forest floor was covered in an enchanting array of mosses and ferns. This place was, in its own right, spectacular. The girl, who had no shoes on, was panting slightly. She had been running so long, she couldn't even remember what she had been looking for when she had taken her first step into the quiet of the forest. Her feet didn't hurt, although the occasional bramble and thorn did scrape her legs and feet. She didn't care. She had been swept away in the fresh, wild newness of the forest. She had no real purpose, which her clear blue eyes only confirmed, for being in the forest. It was sheer curiosity that had brought her here. She had simply been walking in her own backyard and saw the trees and became mystified. Her parents would be missing her, and no consequence could stop this feeling of life that now flowed through her body. This feeling, which had been new to her, felt something between excitement and euphoria. She smiled to herself as she continued to run. It was several more minutes before the girl finally stopped. She had stopped by a shallow, clear pool of water that sat soundly against the trunk of a great evergreen. The pond was mystifying. She could see her surroundings, along with her reflection. Her face was sculpted, pale and sweat the heat of the summer sun. She had high cheekbones, a small nose, and slanted brows. She looked timid, like a kid taken from a fairy tale and put into a whole other world. Despite this, the girl looked to be around the age of 8. She had short blonde hair and a crooked, tiny smile. She was a brave one, despite the littleness of her size. She looked into the water again, this time trying to depict some deeper image that could not be seen from the outside. She wanted to go in, wanted nothing better than to drop her feet and then swim. She knew she shouldn't, and the decision seemed to be the right one as she began to back away from the water. Over near the tall evergreen, she saw something shift. At first she had figured it was the wind, but then the rattle of the leaves around her made her draw back in fear. She looked to the ground and saw a long black snake. This would have been fine, for she'd seen many garden snakes before, but as the rest of the body protruded from the leaves, her jaw dropped. The snake had a marking on its back. It was a swirl of blue, yellow, white, and red. The color was different, and she knew her time here was done. The only thing she had truly hated was snakes. Staying still would be one of her few escapes, and that had always been the choice her parents had told her. However, the mere sight of this long black beast made her feel nothing but utter fear. She ran. She followed her way out, through trees and mosses, from fern to bug, everything. She passed the other small streams, along with the nests of animals she had never seen before, but she was distracted. She put all her heart and mind into the run, and her little feet began to take her farther and farther away from the rattling. She had been running for minutes now, and the aches in her legs told her that. She couldn't stop now. She just couldn't. Even more minutes passed, and her mind began to give way to thoughts. Maybe she should stop. Maybe she should just catch her breath. She was going to give up, but then voices began to take over for the rattling. Jamie! Jamie! Yelled the voices from the outside with. Jamie breathed. She had made it.